Hey, what's up, y'all? Lately, I've been getting asked is why did I become a chef or how did I get into becoming a chef? And honestly, I I loved cooking. I always wanted to cook, like straight out of high school, but I couldn't afford the French Institute, so I picked up whatever job I can get. I gave up on cooking. I was like, forget about it. I ain't have the money, and I thought the only way you could get into cooking, honestly, was through school. I was so wrong. Well, I ended up basically getting meaningless time jobs, retail, stuff like that. I even did security. At one point, I did phlebotomy. I got phlebotomy certified. I was doing everything, but there was one thing that I heard. I think it was on the radio, and it woke me up, and I was just like, I gotta go for it. And it was the man said on the radio, if I remember correctly, is you spend most of your time in a meaningless job. About 40 years of your time, let's say. And in those 40 years, if you're doing something that you hate, you're going to look back at your life and you're going to hate your life because you woke up every day doing something you hated, even if the money's good, but you hated it. But if you go back and you think about the life you had, if you did something you loved, even though you was broke, but you loved it, you had a great life. You know what I mean? That woke me up. I was like, I'm tired of this retail. I'm tired of all this. And I went for it. I started working at a job. I think it was Vapiano was my first job. It was a little Italian place, and they did mostly pasta, pizza, salad. That was like one of my first steps of getting in there. But they mostly did recipes, so it wasn't like really cooking. They was just showing you recipes. But then I got into a little mom and dad restaurant. I started learning, started getting my own knives, my own tools. And next thing you know, I was literally paying attention to the chefs. I was going to different restaurants, paying attention, trying to learn, things what I could scrap up just from watching. And I met this great chef, Chef Greg Horton, and he really taught me. He taught me a lot, and that's the reason why I'm so confident today. And the things he taught me, the skills, the techniques, basically all the other chefs I learned from, it was meaningless. They was teaching me things that made no sense, and he basically had to rewrite my whole thing. And in about a year and a half, he did that. After that, I just been trying to master his technique, his methods, and that's where I'm at right now. But the more you get into it when it comes to the chef life, the less cooking you do. That's the only thing I don't like about, the chef life. The more higher you are in the anarchy as a chef, the less cooking you do. You just write, recipes, you write menus, stuff like that. But I love cooking, so I'm going to be one of those chefs that, still in the kitchen and getting down and dirty.